country at the gateway to the Ozarks in beautiful Fairfield Bay, Arkansas. This is the Fairfield Bay Gadfly coming to you from the Flytrap Studio with the Fairfield Bay Gadfly Presents. Today, we will look at this day in history, uncover what is going on in the world, and reflect on how such happenings affect all of us. Now, this day in history. On April 29, 1961, ABC's new sports series, Wide World of Sports, premieres. Now, I'll ask each of you who might remember in your old age, on the opening credits, ABC showed a bunch of different sports scenes with both triumph and tragedy. But what is the one scene you remember? For the Gadfly, it was the poor snow skier tumbling down the mountain under the appellation of the Agony of Defeat. So, the skier whose day was ruined and was immortalized for posterity as the Agony of Defeat. That hill he's tumbling down kind of reminds me of the man-made hill of the Fairfield Bay Resort convenience store. Thus, the Agony of Defeat. Okay, on an international basis. Amid the genocide in Ukraine, various parts of the world paused in remembrance of Holocaust Memorial Day. Around the world, sirens blared. Both Jews and non-Jews bowed their heads in remembrance of the Nazi genocide of Jews and other ethnic and racial groups. Yet on the same day, members of a UN group which were visiting Ukraine were subject to Russian bombings, along with other areas of Ukraine. Vlad the Impaler Putin continues his attack on a sovereign nation while the world fiddles on like Nero watching Rome burn. Slow Joe has asked the U.S. Congress for an additional $33 billion in aid for Ukraine, which, not knowing all the details, could be a good thing. However, let's just take a moment to reflect what is going on in other areas of the world. In Haiti, criminal gangs are running free, killing and terrorizing the citizens of Haiti. In Burkina Faso, large portions of the population are starving because of the actions of Islamic terrorists. What is the world doing about these third world enclaves of terror? Absolutely nothing. For as long as I can remember, international charitable groups have bemoaned the lack of food, water, and infrastructure in countries such as these. The rise of radical Islamic groups has exacerbated the misery. Bottom line, we apparently have expected genocide in Africa and other similar countries, but we have also allowed it in Europe too. It's time for the worldwide double standard to end. Stop genocide on a national basis. Of great concern is the drop of 1.4% in the gross domestic product, which is the first quarterly decline in the GDP since the Wu flu hit in 2020. Of course, government economists are downplaying a possible recession situation. However, imports, read that mostly Chinese imports, soared nearly 20%, while exports fell 6%. A widening of the trade deficit that subtracted 3.2% points from the GDP. Also, businesses that overspent on inventories before Christmas of 2021 are restocking more slowly, again, knocking off another 0.8% of the GDP. Another bottom line, the nation's total output of goods and services fell far below the 6.9% annual growth rate of 2021's fourth quarter. No matter what the economic talking heads predict, the fact remains that strange things are happening in the meatpacking world. The prices of gasoline and the ever-increasing inflation rate seems to tell another story. Now, from the socialist state of Washington, for the very few that know, the Gadfly spent some of the more formative and emotional times of my life while stationed in Washington State many years ago. I still have a friendship connection there, which is why I'm always interested in how the liberals of Seattle attempt to destroy an absolutely beautiful state. It seems as though there is a Washington State representative that has decided that the word marijuana has racist inferences. Wait, what? Yes, you heard that right. Instead, marijuana will now be known as cannabis in the state of Washington. According to State Representative Melanie Morgan, quote, "The term marijuana itself is prerogative and racist. It was negatively associated with Mexican immigrants. Even it seems simple because it's just one word. The reality is we're healing the wrongs that were committed against black and brown people around cannabis," close quote. I want each of you to remember that there are plenty of stupid people around the country. Inasmuch as, in New Jersey, they want to ban the use of the term inmate because they don't want to insult criminals. Oh, and I've heard the terms uppity and hip hip hooray are also forbidden. We just can't have any good words around with people that stupid. Oh, is reefer okay instead of cannabis? Who knows? On a state level, wow! The state of Arkansas $6 billion investment portfolio earned $17.5 million last quarter, up from $9.05 million in the same quarter last year. Here's the deal. In Arkansas, supposedly by statute, the state must maintain a surplus of state funds. Seems like a good thing when you look at states such as California and Illinois, read that Democrat states, that constantly are in the red. However, Arkansas has some extremely deep pockets in surplus, and it should be time to use a portion of those funds to either reduce some personal taxes or provide a refund to taxpayers. Enough is enough. Start sharing the joy with the citizens of the state. Will they do it? Of course not. But it's time for folks to start asking the state legislative candidates their position on such a possibility. Again, it's your money they are hoarding. Oh no! Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge has sued the Family Dollar chain of stores over the rat infestation at its West Memphis distribution center. The lawsuit seeks punitive damages, restitution, and civil penalties. Family Dollar, which is owned by a parent company, Dollar Tree, supposedly knew about the contamination for at least a year or so before the issue became public. Rutledge stated, a review of the company's internal records revealed that more than 2,300 dead rodents were collected between March 29th and September 17th of 2021. Oh my! That sounds like most of the politicians in the state of Arkansas. Now we go to a local level. The city of Fairfield Bay continues with its progress of planning for the Ozark Moonshine and Music Festival in November of this year. Exciting times, as this will be the biggest social event in Fairfield Bay's history. Many thanks to the public employees who have been working on this event, but very special thanks goes to the unnamed angel investor who is providing significant funds to the city for the event. We are very blessed to be a part of this event. This weekend also, it's BoatiGras at the Fairfield Bay Marina from 1 to 6 p.m. on Saturday, April 29th. This event is the start of the marina event season, and this year, special recognition will be given to the late Jim Beach of Fairfield Bay. This is a great event, and everyone should come enjoy time on the lake. Remember, we have lake life here in Fairfield Bay. The Community Club Board of Directors held their April meeting this past Wednesday in a very cramped sunset room at the Little Red Restaurant. There were some very interesting and intriguing questions posed to the board by various members of the club. Unfortunately, the board's responses were less than transparent. The latter means the upcoming board of directors elections are the most important ever held for the community club. Remember, elections have consequences. Please vote when you receive your ballot. Now, we'll leave you with today's words of wisdom. And today, the words are directed at the Fairfield Bay Community Club Board of Directors. Those words are, the problem with money is, it is tainted. It tain't yours and it tain't mine, it's ours. Thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in today. This is the Fairfield Bay Gadfly bringing you truth from above and signing off for now.